this moment in time.
So, how have I been? Oh, I see there's one viewer. Hello, hello, hello there. So, I see there's one viewer. I'm going to wait for other people to come through. And I hope I can see who's here. I have not been, yeah, I think a lot has changed. A lot has changed. I'm not able to see who's this. So, please, if you are there, let me know who you are. There's comment section so that at least I can engage with you. I can see somebody is there and I'm liking it. I'm liking it. So yes, 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 yes. It's fun. I like it. So I took a well-deserved break. So I have not been gone. So I took leave after all the YouTube videos that went through. So I took some time out, December. Makuvalwa yonke indawo nami ngavala ngathi your conversations the girl next door. I am so drained. But because I had beautiful events for the whole year. So I see there's two viewers. Can you help me? I just want to say, please, on the comments box, please say hi, so that I can check ukuthi nginobani lana, so that I can interact better. Yay! I'm excited. And then I'm gonna share why I'm doing this live today and why we are here. Makes mistakes, I fall on your face. Hello, guys. I'm gonna just wait for a few more people to come through. If you're here, please just do a hi, and so that I can be able to see if I'm interacting with people. Then I'll be able to start. But if not, I'll continue anyway. So let me question. One question I'm gonna ask now is: do you set Kwanjo, what do you set? Do you set resolutions? Yeah, do you set resolutions every beginning of the year, whether your year begins in September, African year, or the other North calendar? Do you set resolutions? So that's number one. And then if not, do you set a word or words of the year? Like that will guide your life and all that. So if you can share, if you do resolutions or you do words, share with me and let me know. And let me know. Or let me call them words of intent. Words of intent. Word or words of intent. Set you free. Telling me one thing about me. Conqueror. I am a conqueror. Oh. Ooh. Hey, whoever is here, please let me know on your chat box. Say hi, tell me where you are so that I can interact with you better. So I'll give it some time. Been on for 6 minutes, so I'll give it some time so that then I can just go into it, and I'll keep the video here for those who can't join or who can't see, who are not here. But I really would like to know who's here. So the more if people are coming in and you say hi, it's gonna be better. Yay! Hey Sissy. Oh, hey my beautiful young sister. That makes Kasi Jamini Sowetu. That makes it easy. Hey Sissy, hope you are well. I'm glad you got it. And then it means it works because I was worried about that. Coming here, things have changed. Yeah, the updates of the apps. Yeah, so it was not as easy as just going live like I used to. So that admin, I had to get it out of the way. So at least, Nance, no, no, yes, my little sister, you just helped me to make sure and for me to know that we are good, we are here. So yeah, now that at least I have somebody that I know definitely is there. Those who are joining in, I can see other people are coming in. Just say hi so that I can see, and then I can just do a holla quickly. So on the post, I said I wanna do to talk about resolutions and words of the year. But for me, is because I started doing the word, and the way it came about, I think it was very interesting, and I thought this definitely it's something that I would like to share with people. You know me, when I get something, I hold on to it. I immediately want to share. Hello, my namesake is here. Hey, Pumzila, somebody who said I'm a pro. Like, hey, technology, I'm shy. Hey, mommy, thank you so much for coming through. Definitely, I know now this. Yes, people have arrived. Abase village, we used to do this school village in Alebo Instagram and Bengiba guest. So I'm a bit nervous because now it's me alone. I'm comfortable with recording and posting. Going live, I can see it's challenging. It's different. It's different, but I'm loving the difference. So as I was saying, when the year started on my side, the checking in, Happy New Year, compliments, and I'm like, oh, okay, mina dala nangena unyakeni, last year already, or no, September already. Hey, boy bunny, welcome, welcome. So those well, hey, how you doing? It's been a while and all that. So they're checking in and like, what are you looking forward to next year? We've been seeing you, conversation, we've been seeing there. So I think those conversations were like, it's another year. We've been through a lot. What are my intentions? What are my resolutions and all that? People like, oh, yeah, so what's coming? What's going on? And I went back to, actually, I don't know, part of me didn't know. But as we were talking, so I started with a friend of mine, one, who was like, you know what, I'm good and I want to make sure that I do a lot more this year. But my word of the year this year is capacity. I'm like, my word, what? And like, tell me more about that word of the year. But no, I mean, I used to do resolutions, but I felt like when I do resolutions with it, this is what I'm gonna do, this is what I'm gonna do, and do it like this. Come end of the year, I even forgot where I wrote something. So that's why. Hey Dudu, hey Dudu. Thank you so much, baby girl. Thank you so much. Yeah, this makes sense because yeah, at least when we comment, I can see who's there and I can just quickly give a shout out. And I'm loving that people who are here as family, as my sisters, my younger sisters, and my one big sister. So I'm loving. So yeah, I've just decided to do live instead of recording this time. So I'm just talking about a resolution and the word of the year, and the interesting part that happened to me, and that helped me to come up with this live to say I want to talk about it. I want to share. So one friend spoke about capacity. She was saying there's so much that I do. I have different projects, and I also have a 9 to 5. But there's so much more that I want to give to the world because of me. But I don't have capacity. So my word this year is capacity. And I was so interested. I'm like, tell me more about why a word, not resolutions. And then she spoke about resolutions. Sometimes then she forgets and not do the things that she wanted to do. Then I started my research to check, oh, word of the year. And funny, second day, I spoke to my other friend, which was a colleague, who were just under general, no thinking about anything else, under general. And she was like, yo, friend, this year, my word of the year is, I'm like, now the second person in 1 week telling me about a word or words. She had, I think, two or three. She went, I think I did I put it under conversations with the Pumzile. And then hers, what was interesting with hers was they were not only for her. They were inclusive of others. And I'm like, oh wow, that's interesting. She was like, your friend this year, our way, like my word is joy, but I think we need so much joy around us. So I want to make sure that whatever I do, wherever I go, I want to make sure that I also make sure people are happy. I'm like, oh, okay, word of the year that includes others. That is so different. I'm like, I mean, like, Chum, I've never done word of the year. Yes, resolution has been a thing, that age, I think, that age, the resolution, it was fun. So I stopped. I don't remember even when I stopped. And that interests me. And in that week, I've been seeing statuses, friends went, and then when I posted, other two people, one was at my word, he says brave. The other one, her word was something about taking care of of self. And I'm like, ooh, this word of the year thing is very important to many others. Then I started doing mine. But before I'm like, okay, how do you come up with one? So let me know if you have, while you are here, if you have a word of your word of the year, word of width, or if you have a resolution, just comment so as we go so that we can have this interesting discussion. So then for me, I had to research. Yeah, no, I wish I thinking you need I started researching word of the year. How do we go about it? Like, how does, because then it has to be something that is substantial, something that makes sense, something that as you go along it makes sense to you, like, okay. And spirit, soul, mind, body, there's everywhere I go there is this word of the year. I'm looking around and I'm seeing, I wanted to find it outside of me, like, okay, I let me live it. And then on there, so I have my notebook. On the 11th, on the 11th of January, that morning, I remember, I think there was, I think I met with somebody in the morning, virtually at work, but the conversation had nothing to do with the word of the year, but it was on the 11th. And oh, it was a meeting. And I realized as we were talking about my journey at work last year, how things were and all that, and I started crying. Yeah, I started crying because it was the first meeting. Started sobbing very bad. And as I was talking, then I just wrote on the side healing. And then I realized like, oh yes. Oh yes. So there's Pumzile saying contentment and alignment. I like that. So you can elaborate on that for me. So I wrote healing on the side. And then I realized that, sure, actually, this and how, when I was talking to somebody and emotions came, and then I realized that there's so much more healing that needs to happen in my life. And then I wrote it down. And as I wrote it down on the 11th, then I remember that on the 11th of January, 2019, I made a biggest decision of my entire life, because I remember I even wrote a scripture which is Hebrews 11. I used that scripture, Hebrews 11, verse 1, which was wild. Then I looked at that and I looked at the healing and I'm like, oh man, I come so far. I come, the big decision, emotional decision, and all that. And I even tattooed that day. I even went and did a tattoo with infinity, and it was about healing and having faith, that things are bad now. Things are looking the way they're looking, but hey, I have faith. I don't even know how life would be soon, but it will be okay. So I'm like, oh wow. Then that was my first word. I wrote it down. Then on the 18th of January, we had a prayer session in the office that we attend, like conversation and all that every morning, just ukutazana. And the topic on the day was about fruitless labor. And when I was writing down like fruitless labor, okay, that sounds cool. And what is it? And then I started looking into that topic. And my, oh my, I started realizing again that there's things that we do sometimes that don't give us joy, that don't bring us any fruits. But you pour your heart, you do so much, you give, but not that when you those things that you do when you're expecting something. I'm not talking romantic relationships like nrate ke tlo rata, no. In general, like even it could be businesses, it could be supporting others, it could be doing things, but when it comes to you, it doesn't bear anything. And I looked at part of the things or some of the things in my life that I've been doing actually that were not bearing any fruits. Then it became like, okay, that this is not a word now, it's a sentence and all that. Like, okay, what is this for me? What is this for me? Because I know it hit somewhere because I've been through that journey where I do so much, but hey man, I have nothing to show for yazi unyaka also. But that was 18. So as I was continuing, like then I got excited about this word of the year. That's why I'm here today. So Mwiponi, my beautiful soul sister, has is self-care and creativity. I'm getting that. Nice. Self-care and creativity. Pumzile, contentment and alignment. And when it's a word. As I was going through, I'm gonna come back to the other word. Then I think this I didn't have a date, but there were things in 1 week, still in January, that were happening. And as they're happening, others are starting to feel irritated. You get this call there, you get this message there. I'm like, why do people feel the need to call me for these particular things? What is it about me, or what is that thing I do that says to people it's okay to do this? Because I started feeling good. No, actually, I don't like it. And the word came, boundaries. I'm like, sure. It's either because I don't live a fleshy life or lavish life, or like I have it all, or I know. But when I took time off, I was going through a lot of emotional turmoil in my life. I think that realization, when people need you, when your cup is empty. So my cup was empty. So when I was needed, I'm like, why do people always call me? But I don't know who to call. And then I just remember that, okay, I think it's because sometimes when even I'm down or out and all that, I'm not able to say, I can't help. I'm not able to say, who, not today. I always want to help, even with what I don't have myself. Be it information, be it anything, be it take me there, even I don't have. So I just looked at me instead of them to say, boundaries, is it me who don't have boundaries, or who didn't create the boundaries, or who didn't teach people to know that you can do this, you can't do that? Because it's me, because I don't say no enough, or I can't, or not now. So I'm always yes, 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 even when I know, like, oh, I can't do this. I can't do this. But I'll do it anyway. And I'll be the one being upset and all. Then I wrote that other word, boundaries. So in those words, then I like, okay, let me do the session before I confirm my words, and so that I get to understand why. So Pumzile is saying, honoring more of what I am called for, and being more in tune with my highest serving and filling my cup before I serve others. Whoa! Contentment and alignment with them. So if you see the comments, you can read there. Wow. So I'm now linking honoring more of what I am. So alignment. Then I see why. Okay. And then maybe you can share, Pumzile, what do you do? What are those activities that you do? So I went ahead and said, okay, I want to get to my words that I would live by. But what I liked with, after having that idea, with, oh, okay, my first word is this, healing. Then I went around, not went around, when you're going with friends and all that, when you start feeling emotionally, then the word comes up like, you need to heal, this healing. Like, okay, instead of resolution with, I am going to do this, I'm gonna be, I'm gonna lose weight and all that. Then I started enjoying the difference of a word that it stays in your mind. It's intention. So you put an intention when you put this word, and you can see everywhere to say, oh, self-aware. Oh yes, Mubuni, that's what also talking about self-care and creativity. So when I wrote here that the first step is you need to be self-aware. And then you need to be specific with your intentions. So being self-aware, I'm aware about my boundaries or the boundaries that I don't create. I'm aware that I need healing. I'm like, okay, this is why it's it helps to come up with those words, because they can help you, because there's an intention. Like Osmo Boni saying self-care. Self-care, that it means you will do things that say, hey, once a month, my time, spa, my this, then you're doing exactly that. Creativity to come up with new things. So those, when you are self-aware, to say, what do I need? What do I have? It guides your decisions, for this particular year. So I just made a few steps. I hope everybody will just. I know there's few who already have their words, but if you haven't, this really helped me. So I'm gonna also confirm at the end where like my words are. So how to choose. So I started then, like I have this because like the other one is a long name, like fruitless labor. So I wrote most words like, okay, what happened last year that went well? What are the things that went well the past year? How did that make me feel? Or like, I made time to make sure that I do conversations with the Pumzile and do more videos and make sure that I get that done every month. There has to be a recording, and I'll invite people, those that I missed. I'll make sure that I write down, because I'm still gonna call them, like somebody here who's here that I'm still we still need to have this conversation. It's been far too long. I'm not gonna say, but you know who you are, you know who you are. So, but I did that. The channel grew. I spoke to more people, and it was so fulfilling, and that went well for me. Like, okay, so started like, oh, okay, focus. Doing what I wanted to do. I wanted to do this video, so that was my column one. And on the other side, I'm like, things went well. What is it that I would like to change, on the side? Then I started reviewing to say, oh, let me review the year and see where I'm going. Because sometimes we can be all over the place, want everything, want to change things instantly, wanna make sure that, if it's securing the bag, it's like, what else can I do? Let me secure. And you find you are everywhere. Come end of the year, there's nothing to show. There's nothing to show. And then the next step was like, okay, in these things that I'm writing and talking about, what are the 5 common threads or common words that I'm coming up? Which one are strong? Like others are nouns, others are verbs. Like, oh, okay, what is it? Which one that I'm feeling strongly, and my heart is saying, girl, search within what's bothering you. Because if you put an intention that you want to grow a channel, you did it last year. So that was okay. You did it. So it means you can continue. So I don't need to change. Start with the calendar, do the bookings, get people to help you, all of that. I did it. Like, okay, so I'm not bothered. So I can continue here, and I'll be able to get to where I'm going. Like, perfect. Then I went back. What's bothering me inside? It came down back to one of the words, like healing. Oh, I started going back to the feeling of, what is it about me that I do so much? Do I keep busy? Do I do all of these things because I'm avoiding feeling? I'm avoiding healing. Like, okay, why is it keeps on in my 5? It was still another first one, like, whew, I need to narrow down. But in the 5s and others, I narrow it down to definitely these two. That my big thing for this year is, I know I can set my mind to, if I want to do this, I can do this. If I have people around me, I know who needs what, and if I'm able to help, I can. And work-wise, if I know I know I can do it. So I know I can do so. If I need to do something school, if I need to study, I can study. So I'm able to do things. So I don't need a resolution with what I'm gonna do better. But then my words are more on within, insight, insight. So boundaries and healing became my 2 words. And at first I'm like, are they not negative? Are they not so positive? But self-work, okay, that's what I also wrote then, like self-work, to do work within self. And with the, how does that look like? So that will be part of my journey on the self-work, to say, what are the things that I am struggling ngazo where nobody knows about, where I am not sharing because it's so easy for me to smile with those wounds. You know, most people would not even know that I'm dealing with stuff. Not that I don't reach out to people, and actually I talk. When you say, all right, oh, I need to write your distress, I talk. But because I always speak and sound and go out positively, then it feels like I don't have problems. And that's why, or I don't have troubles, or I don't have struggles in my life. And one of the biggest struggles as well is with like having kids. And I'm at teenagers that now they are older, they are wiser, they are themselves, and how to deal with them and your parenting styles. And you get challenged so much that like you don't even know how to work around it. But I will continue to go out the world and not even crying. So Osmo Ipone is saying, be selfish about my time. Not everyone deserves my time. Or that is so important. That is so important. And I think I am glad I'm going to make a note of that, because in the healing and boundaries, that's the struggle of being selfish about time. And this is me also learning from you guys, Asmuponi, you saying and sharing, because those are the things you won't heal if you never give yourself your time. Because when you're busy, I think that's why it's not easy for me to heal, because I am very busy and I give everybody my time, everybody and everybody, even when I don't have it. And I don't have, so being selfish, and I'm gonna take that and attach it to one of my words. And it's also one of those that review, when what is it that you do? Here's your word, it's setting an intention of doing. What are the things that you want to attach? I think that, Osmo Ibone, I think you nailed it for me. I know you said self-care and creativity for you. It means self-care, you're going to be selfish, you're going to take time, and hey, not everybody. That speaks to my two words, healing and boundaries, because then I don't do those things very well. I am not selfish about my time, and I let everybody in my life and in my time. I get to be too open, and not everybody deserves that, So big takeaway from me. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. It's yours, but thank you. I appreciate it for myself. I think this is also the continuation of the intent of doing, or planning or having this intent about the word of the year. If it's a resolution, is a resolution, and it means then continuously looking into it so that you get better at it. And then Upumzile says, "Thank God we're not written in our foreheads." Oh, bruh, that's a good. Oh, yeah, thank God. Definitely that there is nobody. Yeah, Agunama page and stickers. I think that's why one is always able to smile and all that, because like, hey, abazi ukuthi andidlanga izolo, abazi. So yeah, it reminds me of that a song that was done by kids ukuthi akekho umuntu ozobona ukuthi awudlanga, uvala umnyango uthule, wenze ipapa lakho nebisi, uthule uphume usmile, people will think you have chicken licken. It was such a powerful song, just that I don't remember the words, but it was such a powerful song because it's not written, nobody sees, then you don't walk around looking like your problems. And actually, if people don't know, they don't even see it, so you can go on, get on with your days. But yes, the struggles are real. And if you are intentional about being better, doing better as the next person, I am working on my 50th in few years' time. In few years' time. So when I was doing the words, I was like, I don't want it to be just a year. I want these intentions so that when I look back, and we love Facebook with memories, I know the memory will come. Those are the kind of things that you can see your growth and your progression, and things that changes your life because you are setting the time, you are setting the tone in doing it, being intentional about your life, while you want to grow, while you're doing everything else until the end. what is the space in between? You know, how are you becoming better? And conversations was also one of those things where I've always been an out there girl, but people wouldn't believe me when I tell them, guys, I am shy. I am so shy. So that was one of those words, not things, not words, because words is new to me. One of those things that I had to grow into. People are your mirror. People see this, that you are this person, you are this person. And I had to meet that person. And yeah, I started doing the things that people will say, you'd be good at this, you do well on this, you do well on this. And intentionally, I grew into the girl next door. I grew into somebody who holds conversations, you know. And I know, like, yes, Ufisiwe, my younger sister as well from KZN. Thank you so much for coming through as well. I know she can attest to one of those people who say, when I will see you on TV and all that. And in my entire life, like, I would be scared. I want to go and I wouldn't dare. Hence, I didn't go media, journalism, but it's what I felt and I wanted, but I was so shy. But I had to learn for me to do and come out. And these are one of the things that I can see the me then and the me growing and intentionally becoming. We love the people who write books, you know, about becoming, because you read, like, how do you become? You know, so the becoming is also one of those greatest things. So I hope talking about the words of the year and sharing my story about my issues, which is the healing and struggling with boundaries, which I think part of me maybe doing this is setting myself up, like, you know, the scorecard. I'm like saying, setting that's a scorecard. This needs to happen. We want to see end of the year. So these, I'm putting myself out there to say these are the two biggest struggles of my life. I need to heal. You know, one word is healing, and I need to set boundaries in my life. So I'm gonna come back here because now it's out there. I'm putting out there as intentionally saying I'm also gonna get help. You know, like how Osmo Bunmi is saying, I'm also gonna get help to put those boundaries and know what are the things I can do to get to intentionally getting to where I want to be. So yes, it's been a while, December. When I closed our conversations with Upumzela with the last video. So this is my first before I can do all the videos in the year that are upcoming, and looking for more people to speak to have these conversations. And definitely I'm so excited. And doing this live was like, you going back. I've been like saying, yeah, we'll go back. So I also wanted to come here so that I'm able to say, hey, there is no time for crying. There is time for, but get up, you know? Yeah, get up, clean up, and continue. So I am so happy, and I'm so happy to see you guys here. So Ofisiwe is saying, as Mimina, this year I'm gonna honor myself. Oh, the honor of self, the self-care is coming, the alignment. And this is what I'm gonna put as well, because I think this will set the tone for my next video or my next somebody that I'm gonna invite. If it's you, please tell me you want to come and let's sit and get this. So that self-honor, these words are coming out more. So I'm going to honor myself and know my worth, because I've been putting people first. You see, but now I am first. Whew, exactly that. Exactly that. Whew, I think I am seeing a conversations with Pumzile where we are all here round table and just pouring it out so that we can have strength in definitely. Firstly, I don't know, Sissy, if this is a us thing, because I know we share star sign. I know we are sisters. I know there's a whole lot of things that are similar, me and you. So maybe other things are DNA, but our DNA and characteristics are not even helping us. So before I go, when I started, I spoke about the two friends that I spoke to. So one is here, which is Umbali Lama. Yeah. And I was so excited when I was like, oh, friend, see, I am working on my way up there. Thank you for sharing. So Mbali says, to an abundant year filled with joy. That's the one that I was talking about joy. Thank you so much. And thank you for helping me with this process, because I think, as I said earlier, when I opened to say, I liked your joy because you also send it out to others to say we've been through so much, we've been through so much, and a lot. It's time to be happy. It's time to be, just find joy in small things. And she also said, to do that, I want you to go read good books. Stop crying. Go read good. Go out and do hiking. You like going out, go hike. And I even not forgot, but I just couldn't do the things that I like to say that's how you. So those are the things when the word of the year and when you share it with people because it also affects them positively. It did this for me because I finished 3 books and January before I started going back to work. And then thanks to Bali, and I went out. I even got a personal trainer doing workout in Yana. Not sure not to lose weight for now, but just to be active. And those things are like, this is the joy that she spoke about, and I can feel it. So those intentions, and thank you so much, Bali, for that. And I owe that to you. So there is a very special book for all those things. So I'm gonna continue to write and set these ones. So guys, thank you so much. And I didn't intend to have this for more than an hour so that it doesn't become like too long and boring and yeah, unplanned. But that was my process and that was my story and this is my little journey. And I think me coming here and the comments that I'm getting, I am getting something else for me. I'm getting the support to say you're not alone because things that are coming out on the comments, I am also looking at them as like, these are the tools. So I'm going to write these tools down and then really try and then I can come back to say, how am I doing with boundaries? How many people did I say no to? When somebody says, hey, can we go out? And I'm like, no, I'm not available. This is my time. And then I will just drop Osmo Ibonu to say, I said no and I stayed home and I didn't have plans. Yeah. So, because you said it very well that not everyone deserves my time. I know that is your statement, but I'm going to write it and take it with me to say, be selfish. Not everybody deserves your time. As Upumzela said, alignment. So I'm going to do that. If I align, then I'll be able to heal. So these are the tools that I'm getting. These are the tools that I'm getting from you, from this concept of instead of resolution, the word of the year. What is it? Why are we doing it? And how does it help, differently? So as you can see, it's January. I'm already lighting up. I am bright and I'm happy because I'm going to be intentional about being better and healing and making sure that I create those boundaries in my life so that I can even continuously heal and not be hurt by people and add on my healing. So guys, so it's 39 minutes. So I planned it not to have it for more than 40 minutes anyway, or like an hour. So I'm gonna end it here. If there's anything that you wanna say, lastly on a comment box, and then I can take it in, and then we can say goodbye. And it's I am so happy that everybody who's here is family, is friends, is people that are so closest to my heart. I think that is just getting me like so happy. Bali saying the last word, we love you and thank you for sharing your story. It heals us also. Thank you, heals us also. Oh, healers and healed. Yeah, I get that. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Maz. And I'll continue to share the journey with everybody so that we all get better. Right on that one, I'll make a note of that. Anybody else? And thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Hey, baby, happy new year. You must have a great one and make sure that let it be better than all other years, not only last year, all others. Set those intentions as well and make sure that, oh, I love that it's family here. It's people who are family, family, family. I am loving it. Sure. I don't want to say goodbye, but but I feel like, yeah, I am talking to you. I am reading the comment, but it's not so much interaction. And that's why I love conversations with people because then I do the interview and we talk with people. So I love that more. That's why I don't do a lot of lives or a lot of, yeah, these where I talk to the screen and just having people receiving it. So I think it's safe for us to say Goodbye. Thank you for honoring me and just spending. It feels like it was a date. Hey, we had a quick date, girls talking. I know, okay, come on, you want, but with you guys here with your comments. But I love you. Thank you. Oh, thanks, Bab. So I love you guys. So let me say bye. So that when I come back live again, you will join me and there'll be more of us here. So bye. I'm gonna end it now. Thank you.